and thank you for joining us. I'm Davia Chambers and this is Let's Talk Tobago. We're at Hummingbird Heights located at Glen Road, a towering 4-story building which hosts 3 suites and a ground floor studio apartments. No two places are alike and today we're going to explore it. But first, let's get to this week's top headlines. Your health is not at risk. Sargassum seaweed is not toxic. There's still lots of sand and sea to enjoy in Tobago. Many of our beaches are unaffected by the seaweed. We'll take you there, and more patients can see clearly now. The cataract surgery backlog is being reduced. Stay with us for these stories and more after the break.
Going to Barbados? Why continue to pay high prices when you can get there for only US $231.95, all taxes included? Yes, you heard right. You can now travel to Barbados from Tobago for a mere US $231.95 on Gold's weekly service. So if you're going to Barbados for business, the beach, crop over, or attending university, stop wasting your money on those other high-priced airlines and get there for a fraction of the cost. To book, just log on to www.vogel.com.br. Barbados just got closer.
Hi, we're back and Let's Talk Tobago is on location at Hummingbird Heights. If you want your companion to feel like a queen, then here's the place to be. Queen Aisha's palace, situated on the 3rd floor, is decorated with colorful and elaborate style fit for a queen. Our top story, the latest on sargassum seaweed. Not only is a multi-million-dollar cleanup plan underway, but we can safely say the seaweed washing up on the beaches on the eastern end of the island is not harmful to you. Don't believe us? Let's hear from a number of university researchers with no stake in Tobago. Caroline Wallace reports.
It's known by now that the beaches on the windward to eastern end of the island have all been majorly affected by masses of sargassum seaweed. And the residents there are worried that they are inhaling chemicals that may be harmful to their bodies. But research shows that sargassum seaweed is actually not toxic. How? Well, here's proof. Researchers Tom Linton and Robert Webster at Texas A&M University at Galveston have found a use for the hundreds of tons of seaweed that have washed up on Texas and Louisiana beaches. They have devised a way to build the algae like common hay, and have even found a way to possibly make it edible by taking out the iodine found in much of the sargassum seaweed. Another reason the seaweed is not toxic is because they are an excellent source of antimicrobial compounds for aquaculture. Those compounds can be used to treat bacterial infections. This means they may therefore be able to play an important role in protecting the ecological health of marine life. In another study conducted by scientists from the College of Engineering at Oregon State University and the Marine Science Center at Northeastern University, researchers discovered that marine seaweeds have a remarkable and previously unknown capacity to detoxify serious organic pollutants such as TNT or polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons. Now, Tobago is yet to utilize the seaweed as those countries have. But the Division of Agriculture, Marine Affairs, Marketing and the Environment plans to do its own extensive research to find the best use for the washed-up sargassum seaweed here on this island. I am Caroline Wallace for Let's Talk Tobago.
The building's height not only lends itself to the name, but gives a wonderful panoramic view of the Atlantic Ocean and the Scarborough Port. And every year, guests have a spectacular view of fireworks in celebration of the country's independence. But all this talk of sargassum sometimes gives the impression that all of Tobago's beaches are overrun with seaweed. We'll show you that's not the case, and what's more, it's some of your favorites that are unaffected.
Beaches on the west and north are packed, filled with visitors enjoying the clean, calm and clear waters, children playing in the sand. While Tobago doesn't have 365 beaches like Dominica, there are still enough for locals and visitors to lounge and soak up the sun, free of sargassum seaweed.
I like going snorkeling in the sea and seeing manta rays.
The beaches and the Boca Reef that we hear so much about.
The atmosphere is very relaxing. The people are friendly. The scenery is really beautiful.
So you see, Tobago is still open for business. Beaches bordering the Caribbean Sea in areas such as Crown Point, Palatuve, and Castara are not affected. This means you can still enjoy favorites such as Pigeon Point and Mount Irving, and that's just to name a few. I'm Anika Springer for Let's Talk Tobago.
Named after one of the establishment's first guests and a good friend of the owners, King Solomon's Suite is the quintessential space for luxury and comfort. By now you're probably seaweed weary. That's why we wanted to remind you what makes this island so special to tourists, especially those from the sister isle. Keyshawn Wilson picks up that story.
#Staycation. It's the talk around the world as people explore their own cities. It's a holiday spent in one's home country rather than abroad, or one spent at home and involving day trips to local attractions. So after she takes this picture, these may just be the hashtags. Tobago, beautiful by nature, island life. Just some of the reasons Trinis continue to shun a trip abroad and instead come to Tobago.
There's a family tradition. Every year we travel. If we go foreign, we normally come to Tobago and enjoy all the... Well, this year we tried jet ski and the kids them love the jet ski, renting jet ski, and go down on the reef in the island pool. And that is about it. I just drive to Charlottesville.
Well, I like the beaches. The beaches is nice.
It's wonderful beaches.
What is there not to enjoy? Everything is nice about Tobago. Tobago is like it is paradise. I won't say it is like paradise. It is paradise. It's the only place. As soon as you land in the airport, your worries disappear.
And his response perhaps explains why this island is called the capital of paradise. Hopefully, it's also an incentive for anyone still unsure about where they'd like to spend their next vacation. A chance to stay, to get away. I'm Keyshawn Wilson for Let's Talk Tobago.
Sight is one of our 5 senses, but many times old age dims our view. Finally, for some, there's a light ahead. Stay tuned. We'll be right back after the break.
Welcome to the Scarborough Library facility. Here we utilize the latest technology to bring you library and information services. Once inside, the staff at the information desk will direct you to the relevant department. And now, our CSR Darian will help you through the registration process.
Hi, good day. Ready to register?
Good afternoon, yes, please.
I see your documents. One completed form, photo identification and utility bill.
Yes.
Thanks much. This is your library card. It displays your user ID as well as your barcode. This information is also reflected on the reverse side. If you'd like, you can tear along the perforated line to detach the 2 pieces. This can be kept in your keychain, the other can be kept in your wallet or your purse.
But the Scarborough Library facility is so much more than just physical books. Once registered, you can log on to our website at library.diaz.gov.tt. Scroll down to select the NALIS link. Once you are connected to the NALIS website, you can then download the Overdrive app to your Apple or Android devices. Using your personal account, you can borrow ebooks and access online databases. Renewal of physical books can also be done online. The new Scarborough Library facility will revolutionize your library experience, where information inspires innovation.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Tobago. I'm Davia Chambers, touring another suite here at Hummingbird Heights. This one is fit with bunk beds perfect for kids, a barbecue pit, and family-style decorations. It's safe to say any family would love to spend some time at Jam's Family Suite. Sunsets in Tobago are beautiful to watch, but not for those with blurred vision. Many whose sight is impaired by a cataract long to see better, and they wait patiently for surgery. Well, good news, more help has come to Tobago.
Boy, you know how long I had to get the surgery? Since in the old hospital. And thank God that doctor came and they admit me and I did it and I'm satisfied.
An account by Elizabeth Alexander of Canaan Bonaccord. She was one out of 50 persons on a waiting list to undergo cataract surgery. Now, she's one out of those 50 persons who've completed the surgery, thanks to this Swedish cataract surgeon who volunteered his services for 3 weeks at the Scarborough General Hospital.
I'm specialized in cataract surgery. At home I'm doing only cataract surgery, but I find the cataracts over here more difficult, much more, it's harder to operate. I think it's because of the eyes are a little bit more different.
Even with all the difficulty he endured, Dr. Bana did 2, sometimes 3 operations per day to ensure Tobagonians got treated. The surgery being performed on patients is called phacoemulsification and intraocular lens implantation, and patients are generally in and out of the theatre within 30 minutes.
I have never been doing something like this before, but it was giving me a lot, and I hope the patients will be happy too, who I operate.
Well, maybe happy is an understatement, because for patients like Miss Alexander, it was beyond that.
It was an experience, yes. But say what, you have to do what you're supposed to do when you're supposed to do it. You understand? So I'm glad that the doctor came and did it for me.
As early as 2013, the Division of Health and Social Services began clearing the backlog of the cataract surgery waiting list by hiring a team of surgeons. Because of the work they've been doing, there are only now 50 persons waiting to undergo cataract surgery in Tobago, and that number, according to the Tobago Regional Health Authority, is the lowest in the country and the Caribbean. I am Keyshawn Wilson for Let's Talk Tobago.
Where can you enjoy a stunning view of Scarborough Hospital, Shaw Park Complex, Scarborough Library and the Esplanade? The balcony at Hummingbird Heights, of course. Agents of Change may sound like a band of superheroes, but it's not. It's super, but it's a program designed to help young people reach their greatest potential.
As an initiative of the Youth Energized for Success program, the Agents of Change workshop is another method of placing youths in the front seat of their development.
What we do is we give them a series of thinking strategies, tools, which we call heuristics, which is really a frame to begin problem solving. So at the end of the day, if they walk away with, at a minimum, that there are many different, there are diverse ways to solve problems, and we need to reframe problems.
This strategy is just one of many constructed by the YES program.
So we're interested in helping young people get ready for the working world and helping them make decisions as it relates to monetizing their talents and opening their own businesses and so on. So we do resume writing workshops, we do interviewing skills workshops. All these are geared to helping them get ready for the working world. We have a rolling professional development program where they're training business communications, how to dress for work, business etiquette, and all these different things to help them get ready for the working world.
The 2-week workshop features various activities geared towards opening the minds of these 5th and 6th form graduates in preparation for their success at self-enhancement and an effective contribution to their economy.
We learned about mental models and talked about the ladder of inference, and we learned how we are so quick to stereotype people and to put people in a certain bracket when we are not aware of the circumstances that surround the experiences. So it's important now as we see people and interact with people that we don't judge them based on what we see, but allow people to prove themselves.
With such avid participants and this dynamic plan, Tobago's agents of change translate into a generation of youths that are better prepared for whatever their future holds. I'm Caroline Wallace for Let's Talk Tobago.
Although each suite can be used separately, the complex is well known for hosting a variety of events, such as weddings, parties, and get-togethers. So if you've been watching our program regularly, then you probably heard us talk about the Green Office Challenge. It was 5 days of environment-friendly activities. Well, scores have been tabulated and the results are in. Anika Springer, which office was the greenest?
6 divisions were part of the CDP's week-long list of environmentally friendly office challenges, such as Transport Tuesday, Waste Wednesday, No Print Thursday, and Innovation Friday, where each team put their unique spin on recycling. Ultimately, the trophy and year-long bragging rights could only go to one division.
Division of Agriculture, Marine Resource, Environment and Marketing.
The division came first with 98.75 points and was closely followed by the Division of Infrastructure and Public Utilities, who scored 97 points. In third place, the Division of Settlements and Labour with 80 points. By completing this challenge, the divisions have helped the CEDP get one step closer to their goal of citizens being the change they want to see, and of course creating a clean, green, safe and serene atmosphere. I'm Anika Springer for Let's Talk Tobago.
Practice makes perfect, and if not perfect, at least you learn to hit the ball and you also make new friends. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Going to Barbados? Why continue to pay high prices when you can get there for only US $231.95, all taxes included? Yes, you heard right. You can now travel to Barbados from Tobago for a mere US $231.95 on Gold's weekly service. So if you're going to Barbados for business, the beach, crop over, or attending university, stop wasting your money on those other high-priced airlines and get there for a fraction of the cost. To book, just log on to www.vogel.com.br. Barbados just got closer.
Thanks for staying with us. This is Let's Talk Tobago, and this may interest you. With a stay of 7 nights or more at Hummingbird Heights, you're treated to complimentary services such as a transfer to and from the airport, weekly maid services, and even wedding arrangements. Now, if you want to get better, you have to study and practice your craft. And when it comes to sports, you also have to play the game. Honing one's skills and having fun are both essential for young students. Here are highlights from this year's sports camp.
Whether it's football, swimming or cricket, children in Tobago are developing their sporting skills in all those areas and more in the Division of Education, Youth Affairs and Sports 2015 Sports Camp.
We have 7 locations. We have Shore Park here, Mount Pleasant, Canaan Bonaccord, Moriah, Roxborough, YMCA swimming pool that's in Colon, and the new Kendall Aquatic Center. During the course of the camp, they get to make new friends. They learn a new sport. What we tend to do in each venue, we rotate the sporting disciplines. So each child have a lot of time to do different sports.
While it's organized to play for those who are involved, the Department of Sports also uses the opportunity to scope new talent in different sporting areas.
We use this camp as talent identification in the various sports. And it's also where kids could come out during the vacation to play.
It's also a chance for the children to sharpen their skill set in their field and be exposed to a new sport which may pique their interest. And the young sporting enthusiasts are definitely enjoying and learning from the experience.
I have been exposed to football and I am enjoying the camp very well. I can learn skills, fitness, and new friends.
My sports is cricket and I have learned to catch the ball and bat the ball.
The camp runs for 2 weeks. I'm Caroline Wallace for Let's Talk Tobago.
The pool is open day and night to guests, but you don't have to be a guest to enjoy a refreshing dip, as it may be rented out for parties and receptions. Ask any of our little ones what they did during the vacation, and more than likely the answer is they went to camp. From sports to music, camps are the in thing for students, and those who love cooking weren't left out.
Children are always helping in the kitchen or asking how to prepare their favorite meals. This is why the culinary camp at THTI is the perfect recipe for showing them that cooking can be artistic, creative, and fun. So for 3 days, 25 campers aged 8 to 14 learned and practiced the skills needed for cupcake decorating, cookie making, and the local favorite Sunday lunch.
They actually mix their own stuff on the KitchenAid, which they've done quite well. They follow the right recipes and they actually execute the plan well.
In a real kitchen setting, engaging in real cooking, the children learned
pie, fish, chicken, and my daddy, he cooks a lot of pie at home, so this would help.
My favorite was the Sunday lunch, that mommy thinks I should help her cook.
I came to this camp to pursue my dream of becoming an executive chef and restaurateur.
I came to the camp because I was interested in cooking. I always wanted to be a cook since I was young. My mother always told me come out to the kitchen, but now I get a chance.
I love cooking and I'm a chef at home.
even though not every child wants to be a chef, they all agree that there are many benefits in learning to prepare great tasting meals that are pleasing to the eyes.
When I become a husband, I'll cook for my wife and stuff.
I really liked cooking and my mother said that it would be a great experience to me.
After all the whisking, piping, baking, juicing, and even tasting, the children received certificates of participation, officially giving them permission to help out in the kitchen. From the Division of Tourism and Transportation, I'm Juliet James reporting for Let's Talk Tobago.
Let's not forget one important part of this establishment's name, hummingbird. The birds are everywhere here, and it's because of this that the owners placed bird feeders throughout. Lettuce hems, cap sleeves, epaulets, yokes, and boxy cuts. This is the world of fashion design, and children on school break were introduced to this world at this year's camp with flair.
Pieces made by young Tobagonian Alana Roberts. She's no Claudia Pigas, no Coco Chanel, but she's definitely on the right path to reaching that level. How, you may ask? Well, she's gained all the knowledge needed about designing and management at Fashion Fundamentals, sponsored by the Division of Community Development and Culture.
My experience in the camp was a very educating one. I started sewing just last year with no formal training, so being involved in a camp really taught me a lot in terms of not just design, but also the management of fashion.
The camp is held every July through August in Tobago and gives young people the opportunity to learn introductory and technical concepts of fashion designing.
We've been able to compact the introductory information into a camp. 2 camps for participants 13 to 17, just before they finish high school and so on, and 18 to 25. It's more technical and it's more focused on entrepreneurship. The camp really encompasses fashion design and fashion management elements.
The participants were exposed to surface treatment, creating visual boards, and they even visited the Caribbean Academy of Fashion Design in Trinidad.
They learned to create a skirt at the Caribbean Academy of Fashion and Design with one of the tutors in the studio where the students study. They are taught styling, they are taught illustration and so on for fashion, to equip them to be a part of the industry.
Ms. Alexander says her hope for the 2016 edition of Fashion Fundamentals is to create an internship program for the participants, where they'll get the opportunity to work along with local fashion designers. I'm Monica Springer for Let's Talk Tobago.
Now it's time for you, our viewers, to have your say. We hear it all the time, water gone. If it's not you, it's someone you know complaining about no water in the pipe. In some cases, this happens every week. How many of you right now are storing buckets of water as a backup? So this week we ask you, do you believe WASA is doing enough to improve the water supply in Tobago? This is what you said.
We need a better dam in Tobago. Tobago is developing more. If you watch more houses all about the place.
The world ain't been in a day. And it's like everything else, it takes time. And I believe they are doing enough.
The good Lord has sent enough water for us, right? And the rainfall is not enough for the water problem.
I will give them a 75%. I mean, gradually things would get better.
Well, yeah, the system that Tobago is just 114 square miles, and the amount of development they want to do in Tobago, you will get a problem right with water. Yeah, and the rain is falling too.
And that's how we bring this week's edition of Let's Talk Tobago to a close. Remember, you can send us your comments or queries on anything you've seen in this program to information@tha.gov.tt, or you can even visit us at www.tha.gov.tt. Like us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm Davia Chambers. On behalf of all of us at the Department of Information, have a safe and productive week. As we close, enjoy these images of our beautiful beaches along the Caribbean Sea that are unaffected by sargassum seaweed. Remember, Tobago remains open for business, the business of tourism.